If what you're looking for is the grimmest post-apocalyptic book there is, this is the book for you. Hi, I'm Maria from Read Fine Books, and today we are talking about The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This is the story of a father and a young son traveling south. They are in search of a warmer climate after something has happened in the world that made all the plants and animals die. The air is toxic and they haven't seen the sun in a very, very long time. They are both living from what they find on the road, scavenging, entering abandoned houses and doing what they must to survive. They can't stay still because they don't have food stored anywhere. They would starve to death if they do. Traveling to the south gives them at least the hope they'll find something more to eat and have less problems with the winter coming. While traveling, they meet all sorts of people and they enter dark situations, and that is the beauty of this book. Seeing how far people have come when they have no food, no water. They encounter cannibalism, people dying, people starving to death, and desperation and fear for their own life. In all of this, what is the most beautiful is the dialogue crafted between them. The father and the son share a special relationship which I loved, and what amazed me is how the speech pattern of the child is created. I have a kid of my own and I recognize how the child tries to voice his emotions, name them, understand them. He is growing up in a dark world and he is no different from other children, longing for a connection with peers of his own age, longing for play. He is both fearful and courageous. He understands their dire circumstances and yet preserves his innocence. And that is another beautiful thing. The way the father tries to instill in him good values is precious, because good values are hard to instill in a child even in the best of times. I can't even imagine how it is to do that in this worst case scenario. It is an interesting equilibrium the author has, as the father tries to instill good values and the child acting as a moral compass to the father. I was amazed at the situations they pass through and how they both handle them. This was definitely an emotional read, grim yet hopeful. There are things I didn't enjoy, and the main thing we never get to find out is what caused this apocalyptic world. Also, we don't know when all this happened. It may be a few years because they find spoiled cans in houses they search for, but they also stumble upon dried apples in an orchard which are still good, and dried apples can last for a year, maybe two, so it felt all a bit inconsistent, but it is ultimately inconsequential. The beauty of this book is the father-son relationship. To realize how many sacrifices a parent has to make for a child in such an environment is heartbreaking. But moreover, the discussion between them becomes what it means to be a good person. Are you still good when you let someone die of hunger? Because questions like that can only arise in dire situations. Because when you yourself are well, Being good is easy. Good and bad are easier to discern. When you yourself may die of hunger or thirst, the lines will become grayer, right? So, for an emotional dark read, this book is perfect. And it's perfect for the questions it poses and the way it makes you think deeper about good and bad. I highly recommend it. This is Maria from Read Fine Books. Thank you for watching.